everyone. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to team build for PvP. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so for the first step, you want to try to build a balanced type core. So the first thing you should think about is your team's typings, right? And one of the biggest mistakes I see is people stacking the same type. Like for example, using three or four of the same type Evomons. And the problem is, if your opponent has one Evomon that's super effective against them, then your entire team is probably gonna get swept, right? So instead, I prefer try to spread your Evomon's types out. Like my team here, they all have different types, right? Evomon types, and that's really good because every Evomon, they cover each other's weaknesses. Like try to think about what your team is weak against, and then you want to try to add a type that can safely switch into those matchups, right? Like my team here, for example, flying is weak against the rock types, and rock types are weak against fighting. So whenever I'm using the King of Flying and the opponent switches out to a rock type Evomon, I could counter it by using my Pumash, right? So yeah, a balanced team can give you more options to more situations instead of hoping one type wins every battle. Okay, so for step 2, it is cover your weaknesses. Having different types is sometimes not enough. Look at your team and try to ask yourself, what beats my team? Maybe your team is weak to ice type. Maybe you struggle against status effects. So before ranked comes out, try battling against different players. Try to identify what consistently gives you trouble, because sometimes types matter, but the Evomon itself matter, because of course in every game there will be meta Evomons that are certainly better than others. And this Archvex here has a skill Static Field. So like I said earlier, you might struggle against status effects, and this skill removes all status conditions from Evomon, so you can use this, and it's really OP. So yeah, you can adjust your team and try to fill up your weaknesses, right? And when ranked PvP comes out, you will be going against good players and smart players, and they don't just build around their strengths, but they also fix their weaknesses. So you might want to watch out for that, and you want to try to adapt in most battles. Okay, and for step 3, it's to give every Evomon a role. Now let's talk about roles. A lot of people think stronger equals better, so they fill their team with nothing but damage dealers. And actually maybe that works sometimes, but usually it doesn't work. You don't want to have 5 tanks, you don't want to have 5 attackers. Instead you should every Evomon should have a purpose. For example, a main attacker, maybe one for support, one to spread the status effects, or one Evomon that is flexible enough to that can fill up multiple roles like Lava Rock. And when every Evomon has a role, your team will become much more consistent. And the 4th step is gonna be learning the meta. And when I say meta, not the meta Evomons and stuff like that. I mean, I guess I'm talking about the trend of people using these Evomons. This is something a lot of people ignore, because instead of only thinking about what you're using, try to think about what everyone else is gonna use. Of course, every PvP game, it's they develop a meta, and some Evomons like Lava Rock, they're really popular because they're easy to use, easy to catch, and if everyone is using those Evomons, you want to make sure your team is prepared to beat them. You want to ask yourself, if I run into these meta Evomons, can I beat them? And if the answer is no, you should probably rethink your team. Sometimes bringing one anti-meta pick is actually better than copying the meta yourself. The starter Evomon here, a Boxer, might be the best counter to Lava Rock because of its elemental matchups. It is super effective against fire and rock, so it's really good. For step 5, the last step, it is to build for consistency and not like highlights. And I see a lot of players build teams around like those flashy clips, right? Like they just want like huge damage, and or like crazy like one shots, right? But in ranked, consistency like wins games. Like your team should be able to perform well against like a lot of different opponents and teams, right? Not just like one specific matchup. Like, for example, your team is only gonna fire type you most of the battles, or PvP, you're probably just gonna lose. Like, and if your team is like, if your strategy only works, everything goes like perfectly, then it's probably not a good rank strategy, right? Like you want to aim for a team that gives you options no matter what like your opponent brings. Like you just want to like adapt in any situation. So yeah, if you use these 5 steps, you already have like a much stronger team than most players have when rank PvP releases. Yeah, that kind of wraps up the video. If this was helpful, then please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.